Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a dumbbell only tutorial on some of the most common exercises you can do. So starting off, first exercise is the flat dumbbell press. Make sure you lower the dumbbells to the side of your chest and get a full range of motion with this movement. Good stretch. Alright, next is the incline dumbbell press. Very similar to the flat dumbbell press except the bench is at an incline, targeting the pec minor, your upper chest. Make sure you get a good stretch at the bottom and use a decent to moderate weight. Keep your elbows slightly tucked so you don't put too much pressure on your shoulders. Same goes for the flat dumbbell press. Next, we got flat dumbbell flies. So this is a good exercise to take some of the load off your triceps and just load your chest more. This is an accessory movement I would do after doing my compounds like flat dumbbell presses or incline dumbbell presses. It just gets more volume for the chest and really gets a good stretch. Take your time with the movement and use moderate weight. Just like the flat dumbbell press, we have the incline dumbbell press. Same philosophy here, just on an incline bench. Next we have a dumbbell overhead press. This is good for your shoulders and places a lot of emphasis on your front delts. Now you want to lower the dumbbells towards your ears, keeping a 90-degree angle in your arms, and going all the way up, full extension. Next we have the French press. This is a tricep movement that puts emphasis on your long head. Keep your elbows pointed towards the ceiling, get a good stretch at the bottom, and extend all the way up. Next we have a front raise, a dumbbell front raise. It's good for the front delts. You want to bring your dumbbells slightly inward as you raise them up and have a slight bend in your arm so you're not placing too much stress on your elbow joint. Next, the dumbbell shrug. Raise your shoulders towards your ears but at a slight angle backwards, so up and back. Next we have a dumbbell curl. This is a standard dumbbell curl. Make sure you get a full extension all the way at the bottom. Keep your elbows by your side. Don't let them waver too much. And use moderate to heavy weight to get the dumbbells really engaged, or to get the biceps really engaged. Next we have a dumbbell hammer curl. This is good for training both heads of the bicep, and you can go a lot heavier with this movement. Seated dumbbell reverse flies. This is great for your rear delts and your traps. Make sure you bend over as much as you can. Keep your elbows at a 180-degree angle, outgoing outward. Same philosophy for these standing dumbbell reverse flies. It's the only difference you're standing up. Next, you have a chest-supported dumbbell row. Roll the dumbbells towards your hips. Make sure you keep your chest up, shoulder blades retracted to get a nice good stretch in your back. Next, W's. They're essentially like the reverse flies that we previously went through, but you kind of make a W with it by going slightly upward. Dumbbell skull crushers. Very similar to the French press. This involves a little bit more of the other tricep heads. Make sure you keep your elbows pointed straight towards the ceiling like before and get a full extension in the tricep. Dumbbell rows. This is for your back. Put your opposite hand and knee on the bench of the arm that you're rowing back with. Dumbbell spider curls. Keep your elbows pointed straight towards the floor. Not a lot of wavering in the elbows. Get a full extension with the contraction of the bicep. And use moderate to heavy weight for this movement. Incline dumbbell curls. Same philosophy with this one. Keep your arms pretty still. Get a full extension with your reps. Contract really hard at the top. Take your time with the movement since it's isolation exercise. Moderate to heavy weight. A concentrated bicep curl. One of my favorite bicep movements. Great for getting that peak in the bicep. Same philosophy here. Don't waver your elbows too much and get a full extension with the weight you're using. And another alternative, the incline bench supported dumbbell curls. Very similar to concentrated bicep curls, except this provides a little bit more support and you can use a little bit more weight since you're standing up. The Arnie press. Bring the dumbbells in front of your eyes. Rotate them out and press straight up once they get to your ears. And revert back to your starting position of bringing the dumbbells in front of your eyes. This is really great for training the shoulders. Don't use too much weight. You don't need it very much. The single dumbbell press. As a plate press alternative, you want to hold as evenly as you can one dumbbell with both hands. Keep it centered on your chest and get a great contraction. Go as heavy as you can. An incline single dumbbell press. Incline variation of the flat single dumbbell press. Dumbbell swings. It's a kettlebell alternative. So you don't have a kettlebell, grab a dumbbell by its head and swing it like it's a kettlebell. This is good for your posterior chain and a great HIIT exercise. Next, a dumbbell goblet squat. This is great for training the quads. Hold the weight in between your legs or against your chest, depending on how heavy the weight is. Dumbbell Romanian deadlift. This is really great for isolating the hamstrings and your lower back. Keep a slight bend in your knees and stand up tall once you're at the top of the movement. A dumbbell deadlift. This requires a little bit more squatting compared to the Romanian deadlift, but it trains the same muscle groups, but allows you to go a little bit heavier since your quads are assisting you. Dumbbell squats. This is primarily for the quads and the glutes, but it's a great movement to do some squats with. Dumbbell lunges. Keep the weight by your side, try not to let the weight waver too much, and get a good range of motion in the quads with every rep you do. And dumbbell step ups. Another great quad movement. Keep the weight by your side just like you would with dumbbell lunges. And lastly, dumbbell calf raises. It's kind of hard to do the calf raises on the floor, but try to get a really good nice pause at the top